Indiana Fever got the ball back in Caitlin's hands. She did sit out for a lot of it, and I did notice her limping at one point. I don't know, again, this is just what I saw in the game. She went down at one point and she was limping for a bit in the game. It makes me wonder if she's 100%. It makes me wonder if she's still having issues.
Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever has once again made history, this time in a showdown against Brittney Griner and the Atlanta Dream. It was more than just a win, it was a statement. The Fever, coming off a short skid with 2 straight losses, needed a spark, and as usual, Caitlin answered the bell. She led Indiana to a commanding 99-82 win. Along the way, she became the 6th fastest player in WNBA history to reach 950 career points, joining elite company. That achievement, 950 points in just 100-odd games, shows just how rapidly her star is rising. But this game wasn't only about statistics, it was about heart, resilience, and leadership under pressure. It featured a matchup between 2 marquee players, Caitlin Clark in her 2nd WNBA season, overcoming injuries and early career growing pains, and Brittney Griner, a proven champion, paint-dominant presence, and a fierce competitor from less in Fever's season. Recent struggles and context of this matchup. Caitlin's stat line, play-by-play highlights, turning points, her journey this season, including injuries, comebacks, growth. The Indiana Fever have been a team of contrasts this season, capable of stunning victories over top squads like the Minnesota Lynx and New York Liberty, yet too often inconsistent in following them. Especially frustrating, they've faltered in games they should win. Heading into this contest, pressure was mounting. 2 straight losses, momentum slipping. With the standings tight, each result matters. A win against a team anchored by Brittney Griner and fiery wings like Allisha Gray and Rhyne Howard wasn't a given. Atlanta's defense is physical, their lineup experienced, and they play with grit. Clark came in averaging an impressive 17.4 points, 5 rebounds, and 8.6 assists per game. Numbers that speak volumes about her all-around impact. But averages don't show how hard grinding through injuries and lineup shifts can be. Despite missing games due to a groin and leg injury, she remains poised, sharp, and a rising offensive force. Indiana comes out aggressive. They push tempo, spacing the floor for Clark to operate. Early possessions show crisp passing, smart motion, and a willingness to attack off the bounce. Now a tall Divisi's 1 and Spake Sests has a crafty drive and kick for an open 3, followed by a thunderous step-back jumper. She's reading the Atlanta defense like a veteran, drawing help, skipping passes, mixing in live passes to cutters, her energy contagious. Inside, Griner plays both anchors, defensive rim protector and post scorer. She's combative off offensive boards and alters nearly every interior shot. Despite her presence, Indiana navigates smartly, using cutters to pull Griner off the paint and feeding mid-range defenders. But the Dream still keep it close, trading buckets. Fever run a 7-0 spurt thanks to Clark's drive, then an off-ball screen roll finishes. Indiana's spacing gives Clark room for pick and rolls. She threads passes, hits backdoor cuts, and sets up.
Atlanta's Gray and Howard try to respond. A corner triple from Gray, a tough ISO bucket from Howard. Dream stay in it, but Clark's pace sets pace. Her assists begin to stack Clark's body language. Laser-focused, eyes scanning, directing teammates. She's not just scoring, she's commanding. Mistakes come less. Mistakes get erased by push on both ends. Indiana's offense hums. Clark clears 950 career points, doing so in record fast time. 6th fastest in WNBA history to that mark, according to Polymarket Hoops. That stat signals something. Not only is she scoring efficiently, she's scoring fast at an elite pace. It speaks to the trajectory she's on. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists. Just 3 shy of a double-double and nearly a triple-double. Her rebounds show hustle on both ends. Her assists cross the half-court repeatedly. Griner finishes with 10 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. A solid double-digit performance against solid defensive pressure but limited ability to single-handedly shift the momentum. Clark energizes a third-quarter surge. Pick-and-roll pain, using step backs or driving down the lane depending on help. She's reading the defense. If the help comes, she passes. If not, she scores. Alongside her, Indiana's shooters enter spot-up threes and wing slashes hit rhythm. Dream's defense collapses. Run of 14-4 opens space. Clark hits a mid-range jumper after dribble handoff. Timeout Atlanta. Fever up 8. Clark shifts to control mode. Crunch time poise, using pace to burn energy on Atlanta's defense. She orchestrates passes to open shooters, cuts baseline, crashes offensive boards and dishes. Atlanta tries patching matchups, switching, but Clark finds seams. With minutes to go, she drives baseline, dishes to corner, assist. Then on next possession, isolates on ball screen, splits 2 defenders, kicks out to a transition lay-in. That sequence pushes the lead past comfortable territory. Double digits, 15 to 18 point lead sits. Dream try deep threes. Gray and Howard needle in, but Indiana remains composed. Clark keeps pushing, and when Atlanta shows arms high, she sinks patience threes. Indiana, body language lifted. Teammates orbiting her, chanting. Coach smiling. Final buzzer, 99-82. Celebration. Clark missed 5 games with a groin injury and additional time with a leg injury. That can sap rhythm, but she came back sharper. No hesitation. She returned poised, trusting her body. Her physical challenge serves as a metaphor. She has to lead, and injuries are merely obstacles, not excuses. Rookie nerves, growing into WNBA speed. Doubted at times. Year 2, she's showing polished court awareness, quicker reads, stronger finishes, more assertive in late-game moments. In this season, especially this game, you see Gray maturity in her decisions. Clark standing in post-game interview, absorbing crowd cheers. Teammates celebrating on bench. She didn't shout, she smiled, shaking her head in relief and joy. You can sense the weight lifted off the shoulders that carry expectations bigger than most second-year players. This victory allows them to climb closer to 500 territory, keep pace with mid-tier Eastern Conference foes from Clark and supporting cast. Gives belief that Indiana can force meaningful games in the postseason picture. With Clark commanding, Fever begin to build a clear identity. Pace, perimeter muscle, high IQ ball movement, Clark as focal playmaker. Caitlin Clark continues cementing her ascent into league's elite. Rapid scoring accumulation, triple-digit performances, historic lists. She's not only a scorer, but a playmaker and magnetic storyline, raising visibility for the league. Media buzz, fan engagement, merchandise. Every milestone feeds momentum of the Fever, and WNBA at large, being 6th fastest to 950 points, places her among luminaries. People may mention players like Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, or Candace Parker. That comparison isn't hyperbole, it's statistical foundation for discussion. Clark belongs in conversations with legends if she keeps pacing. That's both a pressure and an opportunity. Clark's threes, drives, assists during your commentary. Split screen of Clark versus Griner to illustrate matchup contrast. Perimeter orchestrator versus interior rim anchor. Freeze frames over milestone moment. Overlay a stat graphic, 950 career points and 6th fastest in WNBA history.